Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's episode of Market Check, brought to you by BB. There is no second best daily YouTube live stream to talk about markets. Welcome, guys. Happy Wednesday. We are now 4 days into December. We're going to talk about that little monthly open, I'm sure, at some point on this show. But welcome back, everybody. I'm Snorlax. You guys also know me as Tommy. I'm joined by Max Tucker and Unbothered Chef Jackus. Welcome, everybody. Yeah, I mean, we are seeing some pumps across the board, most notably things like Ethereum. But it's as we said yesterday, as well as BNB, right? But it's like we said yesterday, we are seeing opportunity pretty much everywhere throughout the crypto ecosystem, and not just in crypto, but also in markets as well. But before we can talk about, really not just ETH and not just BNB, and of course, we're going to talk about Bitcoin as well, all of our beloved shitcoins, where we think the ball is going next, where some of these currently hot narratives reside. We are going to ask you to smash, slam, or destroy that like button. We did not bother you at all yesterday, but I do not want to have to look at soybeans on a day where you have ETH up almost 6% and threatening to break out of a 6 or 7 month range. I mean, come on, guys. If we're not smashing the like button on a day like today, we got to help ETH put in that God candle. Let's hit the like button. Need somebody in the comments to build a bot that's going to turn the like button into a levered long or a spot buy on ETH, regardless, guys, or Bitcoin, either one. But let's get into the charts. Let's get into the markets.
Tommy, before we do that, am I the only one that still has this background right here? What happened? What happened to you guys? You guys un-American? Jackus, you're cool. You're good. You never had
Bitcoin stopped pumping, bro. Bitcoin stopped pumping.
Stop. Well, now ETH is pumping. Yeah, there it is, Tommy. There he is.
Look, it's the age of Aquarius, so I felt like I had to make the shift at some point. But the Patriots are seemingly once again in control, so maybe this is the appropriate background.
Yeah, this chart is not the best example of it, but this chart is the best example of it.
Here we go.
Yes, we are seeing Bitcoin dominance really take a back seat here over the last week and a half. Bitcoin is just kind of chopping around. Could it take out some structural lows again? Yes, it could, but until it shows more, I think, substantial weakness, these things like ETH and Solana have a little bit more room to breathe. Most specifically, ETH, which still hasn't caught up to things like Bitcoin, which, as we've pointed out on this show before, Bitcoin is trading basically 50% above the range highs of its previous range, and ETH is right now trading at range highs. So how does that repricing or what context do you think that leads to as far as repricing goes for ETH? We've kind of been painting this picture for a while, and it finally seems like you could get some movement out of these other majors. Sol kind of moved first out of the range. It's been showing a little bit of weakness. It's kind of unsurprisingly grouped in the same basket as Bitcoin, because that's kind of been the case for the entirety of the cycle. But I will say I'm most interested in if ETH starts to pump, and Max and I were talking about this a little bit yesterday. If ETH starts to pump, how does that affect some of these larger pair trades and how they unwind, right? People who are long Bitcoin or long Sol, and at the same time short Ethereum, you have these days where ETH goes up a lot, and these other coins that people because as the short leg has to unwind, the long leg has to unwind as well. And so thus there's a little bit more downside pressure on some of those long legs like Bitcoin and Sol. So I do think that there is some importance in the positioning of these pair trades, specifically as it pertains to this ETH pump. But of course, it's like I said, if Bitcoin ruins the party, it could ruin the fun for ETH here. But we're seeing a lot of, I would call it, ambition from some of these ETH beta coins that are really looking perked up on a higher time frame. Maybe some of them haven't quite broken out yet, but I do think a lot of these altcoins, you can use something like Doge as your blueprint. You can use something like Doge as your blueprint and really anchor expectations from those March highs. We'll probably talk about that a little bit today as well. But what's up, guys? How are we doing? And are we respecting the pump?
I'm respecting it. Sol is not respecting it, but ETH is respecting it. That's for sure. This is Sol ETH. It is going down in a big way. In a big way.
Yeah.
There will be two groups that will hate on the ETH rally, and that will be Bitcoin maxis and Sol degens.
I mean, we've talked about, not that I even want to dive into this because I don't think it matters too much. We've talked about this idea of Solana basically being topped against Bitcoin and ETH and having been kind of like had its own little cycle. Do we think, because I mean, bro, we've talked about this chart. This kind of gives me that ETH BTC 2021 top vibe. Real low key. Really low key. Like I'm not gonna shout it from the rooftops yet. There's no point in doing that. But I can't unsee the fractal. And we talked about this months ago. And I mean, I'll say the Sol pair is holding up against Bitcoin much better than it is Ethereum. And I would expect that to continue. But it's hard not to look at it. You know, it's hard not to look at it, right? And that's not a bearish Sol USD forecast. It's just a more bullish ETH or Bitcoin, at least short-term forecast. To be clear, Sol could still go to $800 and bleed against ETH and Bitcoin if we get a major ripper here. But I can't unsee this fractal.
I do agree, but I think there is a final pump above the high to distribute and suck in the last suckers. And I think that Sol BTC on the left isn't at the circled area. It's prior to the final move higher. So even if you look at the left side of the chart, you can see on ETH BTC there was a 2018 high, and you can see 2020 high on Sol BTC. And I think this final leg higher will sweep those two highs. If you guys can see it, maybe put it on the chart. Maybe I'll just steal the chart. All right.
He's gonna Tommy it.
Oh, Tommy it.
Kind of early to Tommy the chart, man. That's crazy.
Very early to Tommy it. Yes.
Wow.
All right.
Jackus just goes, haha. Not funny. Not funny. I'm taking it. I think, Tucker, you and I are the only ones that like that joke.
The Tommy the chart
doesn't like it because he Tommy'd the chart. You know, he is the joke of it.
But... He is the joke. Yeah. Oh, you think we get an exit pump? Is that what you're saying on Sol BTC, Jackus?
Yeah. You're kind of like here, in my opinion. More stretched out, but it's the same.
I could see that. Yeah, I could see that. I don't think the rollover is going to be quick at all. Like we could basically see, because if you look at 2021 through 2023, ETH BTC was effectively in one giant range that whole time. I know we had like kind of a breakdown and then a trap, but it took years to roll over. You could basically see Solana range against Bitcoin for 2 more years and then roll over or something like that. It doesn't have to happen like quick or anything, but it could be topped effectively.
Yeah, something like this, right? And then it slowly starts coming back. People think it's a retest of the support. Then it, maybe does something like this, breaks down. People think it's over. You get this, like this.
Yeah, exactly. I could see that. Like it doesn't need to like nuke. It just kind of will trade back and forth against Bitcoin, slightly outperforming it maybe for a month and then underperforming it, really not doing too much, but both Bitcoin and Sol appreciating in US dollar terms. And then during the next bear market, we see this pair breakdown, which shouldn't surprise anybody, right?
Be interesting. Yeah, we'll see how it plays out, but this is kind of This is kind of interesting squeeze because lots of people are seeing this. So this move would definitely make sense, and then it will depend on. I think this move is coming. I think like so. This is a potential scenario that can come, but there is also a good case that it may just keep pumping higher. But if so, like if it breaks out, I just do not want to see it retesting this level, and I want to see a continuous strength here, something like this, and then it can, do if it's bullish. So, but if you see like a move above, and then you see it insta getting faded, I would be very careful of that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's
I do not
really,
think.
Jack,
I do
it's
not
really
think.
just a testament to like Bitcoin, right? Like this is way less to do with Sol, right? Like of just how
Yeah.
difficult it is to maintain, dominance versus Bitcoin, basically.
I do not think it just like straight, because it had a bottoming range and it went up, and I just do not think that is the bottoming range, and that it just pumps and then goes back down. Like I think there needs to be at least one more move higher on the Sol BTC chart. So I wouldn't necessarily think that it's going to roll down, and if so, then it's probably like some like fake breakdown and then like this, in my opinion. So I think higher from here on Sol BTC chart still, and then we'll see how it behaves higher. Anyways.
Yeah, I think in general things look pretty good right here. Pairs aside, right? This is really what I'm keeping an eye out for with Bitcoin is we're just doing this like this bull chop compression. We're stuck at this December open right now. Like Bitcoin, and here's the difference, right? Is that Bitcoin just rejected from the open, the December monthly open, where you can see that ETH is now well above it, right? So there's some discrepancies here where ETH, it clearly looks like it flipped it. We'll see if it can stick the landing and hold. It'd be much better if Bitcoin could perk up a little bit. But, Bitcoin is just chopping at this open here. So it's like, does Bitcoin, for whatever reason, feel the need, to come down, take out this low or something like that? But I can tell you right here, this is constructive at a minimum. Like what we're seeing is solid. There's some bullish reaccumulation pattern that is trying to take form right here. So really simply, like accumulation, expansion, retest of demand. Accumulation, expansion, retest of demand, right? So we're trying to form some bullish whatever over here. Do we come back down to this low and then pump? It's possible, right? Do we hold here? It's also possible. I'm kind of indifferent. Like, get this show on the road. They might just be waiting for U.S. unemployment data tomorrow and Friday. We have initial claims tomorrow, and we have U.S. unemployment on Friday. So I think once we get the all clear, typically they like to send Bitcoin after that. Give it the all clear. People still have jobs. We're all good. Fire up the bullzooka. So I don't know. It's bullish. Like it's a bullish structure. It's just a little choppy. And I feel like they're waiting for something. So
I think they might wait all the way till FOMC max, which would be unfortunate. But
when is that?
The 17th.
Oh man.
I mean, maybe not all the way till then, since we do have economic data, but I mean, if you go back and look at previous, halving year Decembers, there is some corrective / chop in the first couple weeks usually. So wouldn't be shocking.
This really is kind of like prototypical post Bitcoin breakout PA though, isn't it? This just vertically accumulating chop while they take out late longs in high funding. Everybody thinks we're going to get a deeper rinse down into like mid 80s, and then it never comes. We just keep grinding higher. I don't know what the catalyst will be inevitably for it to move higher. But I look at things like ETH specifically, and I feel like downside is somewhat limited. But of course, you know, if Bitcoin is actually going to pull back down into like upper 80Ks, then maybe we see some outsized pukes on alts. But you know, I think the plan for me is still assuming Bitcoin is vertically accumulating here.
Well, hang on. There's actually a really small period of time that we've talked about before when Bitcoin will kind of cool off well in price discovery, and you'll see like everything pulls back, but you'll see others' dominance actually rising while Bitcoin's pulling back. So it's like you might not see these outsized pukes on altcoins like a lot of people. The regime that we were in for the past year was Bitcoin leads, dominance up. When Bitcoin pukes, alts get taken to the cleaner, right? But if you look at the others' dominance chart, like it's about to go vertical. Like we have a very constructive high time frame low that's been set. I would argue that even if Bitcoin pulls back a little bit, you might not be in that regime anymore where you're going to get these crazy rinses on altcoins. And if you do, you're going to have limits set because they're going to end up being huge wicks, right? But I don't view this as like a chart that's about to imminently give back to Bitcoin here, personally.
No.
No.
Yeah.
I guess that was a mic drop. No one said anything. I just, you know.
I could feel Jackus wanted to say something.
Just BTC is definitely in vertical accumulation. I just think locally within this range, it still drops up 93K. And then it will just continue higher up. And the next leg will be even better than this one we had in November.
You said 93K.
Yeah, I think you're going to protect the low that we set at the end of November near 91. I'd be really, really surprised if you went deeper than that. But
that needs to be. I think you sweep that one, and this one has to stay untouched.
Yeah, who could have foreseen?
Yeah. But I don't know if ETH is going to give back that much from here. I kind of feel like it'll remain strong and mostly hold above like 3,700 from here.
So I'm going to Tommy it real quick. Here's the boomer ETH chart, guys. We finally got back above the opening tick. That's so significant, bro. Everybody that shorted, all the boomers that unloaded or whatever down here, they're all cooked, man. This is now mega demand.
Is that Grayscale or no?
This is iShares Ethereum Trust. This is ETH A. Bro, this is mega demand now. This is the boomer mega demand. You G'd it off the open and you reclaim the open. This is mega demand, man. This is like, I don't think you're getting much low. If you did pull back, it'd probably just be to like fill this gap in. You know, if Bitcoin went to what's your level, Jack? As you want 92 or something?
92 on sub 93 on BTC.
Yeah, you'd probably just get like this, and then that's all you're gonna get for ETH is like that little gap fill. I don't think you're really coming back down into here after reclaiming the open for the ETH boomer chart.
I still think that ETH can go to 3.4K, but not much lower than that probably. And the big breakout is coming regardless pretty soon. So our meme coins will pump into Valhalla.
Yeah, I think specifically the boys club is going to go nuts when ETH is above
Santa Rally.
Oh, we lost Tommy.
Rugged.
We made the joke about stealing the chart one too many times. He's resigned from market check.
He's upset about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
He heard that ETH is going to could potentially go to 3.4K, and he was like, "Fuck."
He doesn't want that. He can't
closing longs right now. Crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think there's tremendous signal in the ETH boomer chart. Let me see if there's any. Is there an ETH CME gap that we need to worry about or anything? Nah, we're good. Nah, not even a dude. Look at this, Jax. I know you had this Tesla fractal marked out and you had it colored better than this, but This played so nicely right here. That CME
Yeah.
gap was just premier. Wow.
That was really precise. I still have it on my chart. It's
You
funny.
should show us then. Give us an update on it.
Well,
What's the like button at?
Oh,
Tommy, what happened? Where'd you go, brother?
Oh, I had to reset my internet. Don't tell the chat.
Don't.
All right, so we have 643 watching on YouTube alone, and then another couple thousand on Twitter. The likes are in shambles right now, guys. I don't even want to say the number out loud because I'm afraid that Jackus will literally just drop the stream. I'm not saying the number, guys. Don't. Come on now. If you are enjoying the content, and we were easy on you guys yesterday, if you're enjoying the content, the best way that you can show your support is by just hitting the thumbs up button. That's all you got to do. It's so easy to do, and it's free. You just gotta click a button, and we'll take care of the rest. We'll cook for you. We'll show you all the charts. We'll do the TA, the analysis. We'll make fun of Tommy for Tommying the chart. We'll do all that. All you got to do is just hit the like button. We live in a world where the mega cap tech overlords determined unfairly, unjustly, arbitrarily a long time ago in a conference room, hey, what if we only allow the content that gets liked to get boosted? And then they were like, huh, seems simple enough to me. It's an unfair system. And I wish we didn't live in a world that was controlled by the like button, but we do. So if you guys could do us a solid, hit the like button, help us out. That would be amazing. And if you're watching on X, hit the retweet button, guys. Hit the retweet button, drop a comment, send it to your grandma, send it to your barber, send it to your mailman, send it to your Uber driver. Share the content, all right? And if you're new here, please consider subscribing to the channel. And additionally, while I'm waffling, we have a couple days left of our Cyber Monday, I guess Cyber Week holiday sale. All right. If you want to sign up for any of our premium offerings, being the Discord, being the terminal, being the Telegram, the best experience, the best ecosystem in all of crypto, you can sign up right now for our yearly package at 25% off if you pay for the year in advance. All right. That is on our website. So be sure to check that out this week before we close it off. All right. So you'll see that. You can check that out. 25% off. That's huge, guys. That's huge. It's not going to get better than that. It's simply not. All right. Let's see how the likes are doing, guys. Pretty good. 338. That's not bad. That's respectable. I'm going back to you, Tucker.
Yeah, see, I haven't even touched the chart. I don't love that setup right there.
For what?
ETH is shredding and Bitcoin is.
Hang on.
Yes.
What, you're on the 5-day for ETH, and you're on.
I know.
What?
I hadn't touched it. Now we're on the 6 hour. It's fine. It's fine. Like, I'm enjoying it, kind of, but.
Hang on. Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to tell you why there's nothing to worry about. You're going to take out that low on Bitcoin.
Yeah.
You're not going to take out the low
on ETH.
You're not going to take it out on ETH. Okay. Look at ETH BTC.
Oh, wow.
Okay. You got serious. You got some serious momentum here. All this is just an ETH BTC rally. All right. I don't look at ETH BTC as a problem here. This doesn't look like it's about to retrace to me, which tells me that whatever Bitcoin does, it might act as a bit of a headwind short term. Like, we got a little wind in our face. But I'm not looking at ETH BTC as a chart that's about to imminently reverse if Bitcoin takes out that low that's, 2,000 points below. Just let Bitcoin take out that damn low if it needs to, and we'll finish the week strong. Because the signal is ETH BTC. Like, regardless of, I guess, the divergence that's happening between the ETH chart and the Bitcoin chart, ETH BTC is telling you we're good. And if you zoom in on ETH BTC and look at it on like the hourly, it's like, yeah, we could pull back a little bit, but like, that you got some support below, Tucker. Like you got a lot of support below.
Yeah, ETH BTC does look better than I had anticipated.
And if we take out that high right there, that V
will.
drop, yeah. Like if we
Yeah.
take that out, we're good. You know, we're more than good. I'm not fearful of a very deep Ethereum retrace here. I think Bitcoin could give the level Jackus wanted, but I don't think ETH has got as much to give. I really don't. Others' dominance is pumping. ETH BTC is chatting.
Mm-hmm.
There was a regime. If you think back to last cycle, there was a point in time when ETH was leading this market, and I remember everyone being like, "Oh, you know, Bitcoin's not doing anything. Careful with ETH here," and it just didn't matter. It just didn't matter at all.
My God, look at others. My goodness. Was this the one we had marked up like the S&P? Yeah, it was. Jeez. That's crazy. It was perfect. It was perfect. We talked about this on here for months, guys. For months. Same thing. Where was it? Yeah, right there.
Except no pit stop.
This was your pit stop. We had a pit stop. We had a little pit
Yeah.
stop.
Straight up
Well,
otherwise.
never perfect, but and here's the thing we know about crypto is that it plays catch up a lot quicker than equities, right?
Well, I guess you're right, Tommy. We had this, which was this, but we did not. We blew past here for sure. We didn't do this at all. So yeah, like you said, Max, it's not gonna be perfect, but
dude, Bitcoin dominance is puking right now.
really,
go to the weekly on Bitcoin dominance, Tucker. You're gonna love it. You are gonna love it, man. What a puke.
Do you guys think that we see new lows on Bitcoin dominance this cycle?
I personally
Who
don't, but I also wasn't expecting such a big rejection on Bitcoin dominance here, so can't rule it out.
We are about to do that little cluster that we did in early 2021. Like we could pause right around here.
yeah.
Yeah. And then Bitcoin takes its next leg up to like 110, 120. And then you get the real puke. This is the test puke.
Does ETH Bitcoin break last cycle's high? I mean, that is kind of the question that would decide it, right?
I don't know, and I don't really think it matters. Not to dodge it, but it's like I don't care if Bitcoin dominance doesn't make a new low. If Bitcoin goes to 250 and ETH goes to like 12K, it doesn't really matter. You know, it's like just send the USD valuations higher and give me enough of a puke on Bitcoin dominance to send our altcoins, right? But
I agree with that. I think for the sake of Jackus's question, which was Bitcoin dominance to new lows, I don't know if ETH Bitcoin is breaking previous cycle highs, which I think if it does do that, then you're probably making new lows on Bitcoin dominance, right? Since they're basically just opposites of each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They are.
I think that yes, Bitcoin dominance will hit new lows.
Interesting.
New lows as in like right here or down here?
I think that level will cause another it's like a bouncing ball, right? So you take that level and you see big bounce in 2018. Then you see a big bounce in 2022, but smaller. And then next time we come to this level, we will see bounce 2, but then it will break to the downside.
So you want to see this?
It's kind of in like a
yeah.
Can you flip the chart, Tucker, and draw a bull flag on this huge consolidation? Yeah, flip it. So it's kind of like a giant bull flag if you want to think of it like really bullish for altcoins. So like get rid of your horizontals and just draw like, just try to draw a bull flag on this. you know, maybe we see something like this. You know what I mean? And you get a brief cool off at the top line, which is really the bottom line. And then maybe you break out at some point.
I don't know. I remember Raoul Paul drawing bull flags on ETH BTC last cycle. And it
He was
not
one
good.
cycle
Like
too early. Just like
multi
Suzu was one cycle too early.
multi-year bull flags on ETH BTC.
I may have been early, but I was not wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of what you expect, if I'm being fair, right? Like, we do expect continuous push of money from TradFi once you get regulatory clarity, and all these institutions basically have free pass to invest. They will, and I think you will just see continuous inflows over the next many years into it, and that will cause it to make new lows for Bitcoin dominance.
Yeah, I could see it. I think it'll take a little while, probably longer than. Like,
yeah,
I think
it's
it'll
a very
take
very long-term play, of
longer.
course.
Yeah,
So
I think like the drop will probably be longer than this one. You agree?
I honestly don't know. Like, if we look at the magnitude others' dominance is moving to the upside right now, like, we know that things can get very quickly. And if you look at 2017, so hard to say, to be honest. Like, it's always hard to predict the magnitude of things and timings, but you can easily predict the levels pretty much on macro time frame.
Yeah.
I've got another dominance chart for you, Tucker.
Let's see it.
You're gonna like this one. So the real craziness happens for in here. The real craziness happens for like ETH and altcoins when you get above the blue dot line, right? So that's like right here. So here, I'll just like when others' dominance gets above this high, the blue dot, it's right here. And then we see, you know, real like craziness, right? Like look at right here. So we're not even like heating up yet, man. Like that could happen like out here in January or something. So it's like it's hard to be like we need to do this first. Like get above here, break a structure to the upside. And then you probably then it's like let's reevaluate where everything is at and see how high ETH BTC can go. Because like we're bottomed in my opinion, but we haven't even started. Like the meat of the move and the meat of the gains happens when you get back above that blue dot, right? So like let's look at ETH USD and see the kind of gains that we had when you finally get above that blue dot high. ETH went up for like a year straight. It had pullbacks, 3,000% in the first cycle. This last cycle went up, you know, 250%. Kind of pathetic, but still pretty good. So I'm like, the real meat of like the mania should happen like over here, you know, and then we can talk about like where we're going to go. Right. But that's the level that I'm watching is for that break of structure to the upside now. Double bottom, higher low, bottom is in.
Yeah. And when did we have that break of structure in the previous two?
This one happened in March. This one happened in February. So maybe following suit, it'll be in January. For 1 month ahead. That's the soft pattern that's emerging.
That's what we found with Bitcoin tops too. It was December, November. I'm thinking October next year.
Yeah, I could see it.
Mm-hmm.
But things are about to start heating up, man. Like, even just holding spot ETH here should be a pretty unbelievable return if things play out how they look like they're going to. And like we've been, kind of forecasting for a while now. I mean, there's no good reason ETH shouldn't teleport from 4K to 9K pretty quickly in Q1, in my opinion.
You should pull up.
What do you
your
mean
other
holding
chart.
spot ETH? That's just for X, man. Nobody cares about that in crypto.
I do. I think we had a super chat. Let's thoughts on Coinbase listing 500 mil market cap memes like Mudang, Giga, Turbo, any insider alpha?
Wait, we got listed on Coinbase?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You're kidding.
no. So I would just say that like this is the new paradigm where now they can list whatever they want with this with this new Trump administration, and they're not going to get sued or get a Wells notice from the SEC. So I think it's just the tip of the iceberg, man. Like I really think you're about to see a lot more surprise listings that we couldn't have dreamed of a few months ago, right? It's the legislative landscape that's in front of us. So I would say this is just the start of it. You're going to see a lot more memes get listed, a lot more projects that, again, we couldn't have dreamed of getting listed. And it's going to happen, and it's going to be great.
That's
It's
crazy.
going to be fantastic.
It's going to be wild. Yeah, it's going to be absolutely wild. They do seem to like that 500 mil mark, though, right? Like that's exactly where Turbo and Giga and Mudang are.
I had a dream that Andy got listed on Coinbase like a week ago, guys.
500 mil max. Get it? 500 mil.
I mean, I had a dream.
But you probably need to do more crime on Andy before it gets listed on Coinbase. You know how the game is.
A 2x from here is all Andy needs.
Dude, it's going to get it. It's for sure going to get it.
That could happen by Christmas.
You think so?
2x? Yeah, that could happen by Christmas. Yeah, oh yeah.
Why do you think that?
Because ETH is sending right now. And I think Bitcoin's going to bust 100K in like a week after it maybe sweeps 93. You get Bitcoin above 100 and ETH ripping. Dovish FOMC, good economic data. Yeah, Andy can 2x by Christmas.
I'll be pretty happy. I'm not going to lie.
I would also be happy. It'd be wonderful.
The boys would be happy.
Yes. Yes.
All right. You're back up, Tucker.
Someone said, why BTC nuking? It's not nuking. Well, let's make sure of that actually.
Funding on Bitcoin, where it's like we said earlier in the show, this is what Bitcoin does in vertical accumulation. It just returns to the lows, and local altcoin longers get smoked because funding was a little bit high. But Bitcoin will more than likely keep protecting these lows, and we won't have a deeper flush as long as Bitcoin's trading above like 90, 91K.
Yeah, smooth mold. Let me show you what we're talking about. Let me show you what we're talking. I don't know if, yeah, I'll get there. I'll get there. It's just the 35 to 37K range. It's the same thing. I mean, it's like pretty scary. It's this right here, right? It's this type of. Should probably make this like the 4 hour.
We saw the same thing in 2020 as well.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, I mean, you're just like here. I think like you literally did this move. Like, look at this, right? I think you're just here. So, yeah, I think it looks pretty good.
You're going to just see every time Bitcoin puts in a bounce, when people think it's about to break down and it's weak, ETH is just going to rip.
Yeah. And at best, you're going to get a lower high on dominance when Bitcoin breaks 100K, like at best. So
Yeah.
I think Sol will be a good indicator as well. I'm just looking at the chart right now. I don't really think that Sol is going to break that wick that it formed yesterday at 215, 210 in that vicinity. Especially if you're still, looking at Sol in the same way that we were looking at MicroStrategy a few weeks ago. Sol is playing out the MicroStrategy price action on a lower time frame pretty accurately, actually.
let's see. Let's check on Sol. You said it was playing. Yeah, the MicroStrategy fractal. Yeah. What's up, Jack?
If you look at the
just that I like the fake out that Wolf just did on H4 on the USD pair.
What did it do?
Like it faked a breakdown Wolf, not MicroStrategy.
I think Sol looks like MSTR did on November 5th.
It did on H4. It did like a little breakdown before the trend line there, the normie trend line.
Oh yeah.
And ended up being a wick.
Nice. That was real nice.
Yeah, just this.
See? It's like, oh no. And actually you can draw a triangle there that was there before. It got broken to the upside.
This one?
Yeah. So people were like, I'm safe below that low. That's where my stop loss is. Would be a shame if the market makers went for it.
Yeah, Wolf looks great here. You guys were moving. You guys were talking too quick. Let me go back to Sol.
No, I think that Sol looks like where MicroStrategy was November 4th, November 5th. We talked about the similarities between the two charts. Sol is just kind of playing out, obviously, over a bit longer of a time period, given that crypto trades 24/7. But yeah, I think Sol is right where MicroStrategy was before it put that big leg in.
I see.
And you can even look at the lower time frame too. Like it's pretty similar.
Okay, so you think you're like here? Maybe you'd have to be a little higher.
I think you're a little bit higher than that.
You said November
4th and 5th, yeah.
Yeah, so somewhere in here. I mean, yeah. Where did you retest? You retested like this. I mean, you pretty much did that, right? Look at that. I'd call that the same. So basically, Sol should go vertical.
Yeah. Sol might move before ETH. I mean, I know Sol ETH is absolutely tanking, but you could see Sol put that big candle in before ETH gives its big trend, and then you see the Sol ETH nuke.
From the bottom, 16 days. Let's see. That would be FOMC. Maybe we just pump into FOMC because that thing took 16 days. This is 16 days. That's on FOMC for Sol.
I think we can pick up a lot of ground between Friday, where we get our U.S. unemployment report, and then FOMC, which is, a week-ish after. A little more. Week and a half.
Yeah.
A lot can happen in 10 days.
Yeah, maybe we just pump into it.
Also, IWM looks ready to fly. So
does it? Well, and then maybe for some reason FOMC like tops us locally, and then I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But if it's going to do MicroStrategy, huh?
What if there is no top?
There is no top. There is no top.
There is no top.
Hey Tucker, someone asked Tucker, what do I have to do for you to follow me?
What's your at? Man, I love cat. Is it Man, I love cats? I'll look it up right now.
That should be Tommy's handle.
It should be
for real.
It's true.
1,000 likes on the stream today, and Tommy changes his handle to Man, I love cats.
Wait, maybe.
Speaking of,
you gotta drop
Butters
it in the
just came to say hi.
Butters is saying hey.
Yeah, he might jump up on my computer again like he loves to do.
Trend TX. Okay, hang on. Boom. There you go. Done. Done and done. Do we have any other super chats in here? Oh yeah,
We got
do.
one that didn't have anything on it.
I see
Shout
that
out
one.
to
Thank you, Sam Clayton.
Yes.
Are those euros? Is that the euro sign right there?
Yes.
I think it is. Does Coinbase list SPX 6900, GOAT, or Andy next? All three get listed at some point? Question mark.
I feel like GOAT would be the most likely of those three to get listed.
Yeah. I don't know if they're gonna do SPX 6900. Maybe they will. They probably will, I guess, at some point. But
I don't think they will.
You don't think they will?
No, I don't think that Coinbase will list a sex joke in like effectively in the name of any meme coin. Not that it's a bad meme, but like, do I really think that Coinbase is going to list 6,900?
You think that's where Brian draws the line?
I mean, clearly Giga was not, was not below that line, but yeah, I do think to some extent that might hurt it. And GOAT also like has the A16Z connections. So
yeah,
they're probably familiar with the team a lot more. Decent chance of getting listed.
Oh, I guess it was pounds and not the euro. Very sorry.
Pounds are worth more.
You should have corrected me, bro. I don't know. I was really asking Jackus what it was.
Wait, what? Sorry, I wasn't.
I was asking you what this symbol was. I thought it was a euro, but it apparently is.
Brother, that's what? British pound.
I don't know.
Burgers, truly burgers, man.
Max, did you know what it was?
Not a clue in the world.
Not a clue. All right.
Burgers.
Not a clue.
They don't know the oldest currency in the world.
Why would I, as an American, even familiarize myself with any other euro currency? Why?
It's not the euro. That's a world currency.
The pound?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, dollar is the world reserve currency, bro.
Yeah, pound is not the reserve currency, but it's the world currency. It used to be the world reserve currency.
Yeah, and so were seashells at one point. Things change.
Even George Soros made the biggest trade of his life there, shorting it.
That's true. Will you elaborate on what A16Z is, Tommy? Or the connection? Wait, maybe he's getting coffee. He might be getting
stimmy.
He's getting more stimmy. Yeah. Yeah, we're kind of nuking. Might be over.
Pack it up.
Pack it up. What do we want to look at?
Let's look at some of these pristine ETH betas.
Oh, Tommy, you're back.
Tommy, A16Z question for you.
Somebody asked about A16Z. Actually, it was Chris Jones. Again, fantastic game last week, Chris. But yeah, he needs your insight, Tommy.
I mean, A16Z is one of the biggest VCs in all of crypto. So there's definitely a high level of familiarity with Coinbase and their fund or their firm. I'm sure they've had a lot of their scams listed on Coinbase before.
They seem to be backing all the like crypto startups. Like I'm pretty sure they back like bubble maps, and I feel like they just invest in everybody in crypto.
Yes. Well, it's who is it? It's P Marca, right? It's Mark Andreessen's company.
Yeah. Andreessen Horowitz. He was just on the Joe Rogan podcast, man. That guy is a giga brain. You got to listen to it. I'm like halfway through it.
Yeah. It was good.
Yeah,
little
he's very
scary,
based,
but-
man. He's very based. He's very smart.
Mhm.
He's also very like he's a little smooth brain too, which is nice.
I haven't seen. Damn, I need to see that. I'm gonna watch it later then.
Yeah, listen to
Yeah.
he was just on Joe Rogan like a week ago, man. He's got some limited corrugations, Tucker.
Limited corrugations. Okay,
He's pretty smooth.
that's
A
good.
little scary with the as far as the discussions on who controls what with AI in the future. We definitely need to make sure that that stays mostly decentralized, but I doubt that that will happen.
That definitely
Yeah.
will not happen. There's no way.
Tucker,
Someone
what
will
are all
want
those
that power.
alerts set for?
Their fib confluence, Max. Study this. Oh yeah, there it is. I mean,
Louis
those are
George.
way higher, but I wish the market cap and the price were the same, man. It kills me. It kills me when it's not. Somebody
Should
asked
they
for high
burn-
time frame wolf targets, so that's what we're.
They burn like 9% of the supply. It's in a dead wallet.
Damn it.
No, it's good. Bullish burn.
I know it's good, but it just would be so nice for charting purposes, you know.
Isn't it funny, guys, that every time ETH is ready to pump, BTC just shits the bed?
Yeah, it is funny.
I'm not laughing.
It really is funny. Honestly.
I am not amused by the dynamic at hand.
Chopping out late longers.
Tommy, where's your TP on your ETH long?
I prefer not to answer that question.
Gun to your head. You're
It's
about to
5
die.
digits.
Where is it?
It's 5 digits.
It's not 5 digits because I do think that ETH will run, and then you're going to have the opportunity to catch BNB shortly after. So that's kind of my plan. But if they run at the same time, my target for ETH will probably be like 12K.
Sorry, say that one more time. Just I feel like I misheard what you just said. What did you just say?
12K.
Wow. Okay. All right. So I didn't mishear you. Okay.
12.
I
That
think
funding
that,
is going to be really fun for you to deal with, isn't it?
yeah, that's why I don't want to have to hold it all that. Like if I have to hold along for 2 months on Hyperliquid when the APY is probably going to be like 100% per year. Think about how much that's going to cut into my profit, man. So I'll probably just like TP the initial impulse and move it to spot, but we'll see.
Wait, Tommy. So 12K, that's just, 2x. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm not interested in these 2x in crypto. Like, that's not why am I here,
No, that's a 3x.
It's a 4x almost, but it's more of a 3x. 3.5.
All about the timing, as we know.
Well,
guys.
I
When
take
things
I take
outperform.
I take 2x as like 200%.
I think 200% is 3x, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, that's 3x.
I suppose how like the
Because
way you
100% is
take
a 2x, 200% is a 3x.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, in that case, it's 3x if you take it that way.
I think it'll trade
Doesn't
higher.
matter. Doesn't matter. 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x. Doesn't matter.
Anything
that's not
under
why
a
am I here.
10x is insulting to me. Take that.
Will would be so upset at this conversation. He would need more.
Will would
He'd need
never
more.
hold anything under potential 10x. It's not enough.
I think ETH will trade higher than that, but the highest risk reward long on ETH is the next 2 months. Like I feel very good about that. And then I'm not going to touch it probably ever again to the long side. Strictly beta for me at that point.
So you're looking to swing ETH from what's your entry? 30, 36, 3,700 or something?
It's like 35.80.
Wow.
If we start trading below 37, like I moved my stop in profit, so that if we lose 3,700, I'm not going to get wrecked. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty bulled up here on ETH.
So you set this up basically.
Euro
Correct.
scalp.
No risk. A
Zero
true
risk. Yeah.
Oh.
Let me keep going. You set up a $850,000, Tommy. Wow.
It's pretty good. That's not enough for Jackus, though, as a
No.
European. How could you accept that?
Yeah, that's too lamish.
Jackus needs at least 1 million R.
1 million R.
Tucker, let me get some fibs on this chart, bro. Hit me with some fibs.
Okay, well, I've got some good ones from last
I'm sure you do.
cycle.
I know you do.
It better be 50x, Tucker.
It's
Not
not.
interested in
I'm
anything
telling
else.
you right now, it's not 50x. All right, so unfortunately, guys.
Oh, here we go.
Unfortunately, I'll leave the 1618 on there. Well, not for this one. All right, so last cycle you topped out Pico Schmico top at this 1.414, which seems pretty random. I don't really know why it's a fib, but it is. I guess we don't really know why any of them are fibs, but this cycle that's like right at 10 grand. Okay, that's right at 10K. So that's fine, you know. It's a good few X's from here. I'd be cool with a 10K ETH, but
FUD,
yeah,
bro.
that was
FUD.
the Schmico for last cycle.
Here's the thing. The 1.414 is all we need.
Yeah.
However, I think we get more because pull up another ETH chart, one with more price history. Last cycle was weird, man. Last cycle was really weird. This cycle feels more like 2017 to me. A nice parabola.
Wow.
I don't
Yeah,
see
I forgot
why
about
we would only get why would we not even get the 1618, man? I can't accept that. That's
I know to have it. I mean, these don't even like do any. You know what I mean? Like these don't do anything.
all right. But then let's look at Doge, right? Because Doge had like more of a defined cycle with an accumulation before 2016, 2017. So if we want to talk about like risk on and alt rallying, let's study the Doge fibs from 2 cycles ago.
You love the Doge fibs.
You got to go Doge USD. Yeah. I love me some Doge fibs.
God, that chart
Wow.
looks insane.
Yeah, it really does. Like you are midway up one of these moves right now.
Not even midway.
Yeah, probably not. You're not even above. Oh my god.
You're not even above the previous high. You're not even close to
You're not
midway.
even above
You're
there.
20% of the way there, maybe.
That's crazy. Yeah, you are
Right there.
really. If I really think you're. Give me the rectangle. All right. I really think you're here or here. Okay.
Yeah.
That's where we are on Doge.
And do this, Tucker. Throw up others' dominance below this chart. Study that. Hers dominance.
Owers.
Hers dominance. There you go.
Oh, I didn't put it below.
You cheated it.
Damn it. And I just want you to prepare yourself, Max, when where did it go? When I pull up the thing in the pane below, Market Cipher is going to show up. So.
I know.
Oh, get rid of it. Oh no.
Get rid of that. What's the Fu Manchu doing up there?
All right. There we are. Oh,
So identify where we are with Doge right now.
Good point. All right. So if we think we're in this cluster, we're like there, we're like here, and obviously, yeah, delete that one. But
the meat of the move happens when you get above the high time frame high.
Yeah.
We haven't even started yet, man. So people are like, when should I de-risk? I'm nervous. Dude, grow up. Grow a pair. Look at this chart.
Yeah.
How you going to go through others' dominance bleeding for damn near 3 years and then bitch out on the first potential shift of structure to the upside? Could never be me, man. Could never be me. You got to go down swinging, man. You got to give it a chance.
You know what I think that chart looks like as well? Others' dominance is BNB ETH.
BNB ETH.
Because I was looking at that chart yesterday too.
I mean, I'm sure it's tearing. Let's see. Let me just.
And I think that context makes sense as well.
What am I on? Daily.
You're gonna have to zoom out, but
Zoom out a little bit. Wow. Oh, you're saying, oh, I see it. I see it. Yeah. You're saying this is others' dominance.
yeah.
I mean, pretty much. Like, you can.
Yeah, I see it. BNB is going to go on a ripper here, man. It really is. The question is, of course, do you get a chance to position, or is ETH and BNB going to rip at the same time?
It's MOG. Oh my God, it's
we
MOG.
saw ETH break out, and I think more than double, and then BNB went right after it. And then alt season got absolutely insane because that's when crime really started.
Guys, it's literally MOG. BNB ETH is MOG. Come on now. Damn, MOG. This was the Coinbase listing wick or announcement for MOG. Got smacked, dude. What are they doing? It should be trading later this week though, or next week. So
I think it starts trading tomorrow. I think I saw.
that might be right. Yeah.
It's going to do
Wasn't
well.
MOG now the cheapest coin?
Ooh, is MOG cheaper than Pepe?
I think it's between MOG and Mudang.
For the amount of zeros. Oh, do you mean market cap?
Maybe not Mudang.
Do you mean market cap or
I mean
unit?
zeros.
You mean zeros?
Yeah.
No, Mudang's 0.52.
I forgot somebody said Mudang was one of the cheaper coins on Coinbase.
It just got.
That's so funny that Mudang is on Coinbase.
They put it on there before MOG or Giga. Or,
It's so funny to me, man. It's so
Yeah.
funny.
Study
Dude,
crime.
look at the wick on Giga.
Let's see.
I'm not at all surprised that coin sold off on that announcement.
Yeah, no, is that?
Oh my gosh.
This is a coin you
1.3
couldn't pay me
billion.
to own. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, same. I couldn't. I could not.
Dude, Coinbase is just going to list everything. It's
Yeah.
crazy. They're going to try to make up for like 4 years of being in SEC handcuffs in one cycle.
Mhm.
They're like, we haven't been able to eat on these juicy fees. Let's go.
Study crime.
Yeah.
There is one more coin that was handcuffed like this for 4 years.
Yes, there is, Jackus. Yes, there is.
We'd be remiss if we didn't talk about it.
My goodness gracious.
we don't need to.
That's wait, let me pull up.
We talk about it when it's way higher.
I feel like we
Oh,
should talk about TRX too at some point. I
We
can't
should
believe
talk
that.
about
That
TRX.
We talk about BNB being the crime chart. This is the true
BRX.
crime barometer of the crypto asset class.
It
I can't
pumped like
believe-
crazy yesterday, and today it's rugging.
This is the crime chart right
We
here.
joked about crime for months and then didn't long TRX.
We knew it was coming too, man. Justin's son always has the last laugh. Tommy, didn't you call him a cockroach? Like, you just
He
can't kill
is.
the guy. You just can't liquidate him.
We liquidated his longs in August, but his on-chain positioning remains.
That's an all-time market
always-
check moment.
He's always at the background,
He's always watching.
always watching.
Oh, His Excellency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you have an unknown counterparty on chain. I can't imagine who it might be.
You know that? Did you guys see that headline that there was a banana duct taped to a wall that sold for $6.2 million?
He ate it. He ate it.
Bought it and ate the banana.
Mhm.
Do you know? Do you know where it happened, Max?
I feel like it was like a Sotheby's auction or something like that, but I don't know.
It was in Czech.
Was it?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Why didn't you buy it then, Jackus? You should have bought the banana.
The banana? No.
You don't see deep value in the scarcity of a banana duct taped to a wall.
And then
There's
eating
21 million Bitcoin. There's only one banana duct taped to the wall.
I mean, people were saying that
And you
that
eat
$6 million banana eating, is what caused this. So that was a good trade for him.
He
apparently.
did it to make a marketing for DRX.
He
Yeah,
did the
no,
same thing with that. What was that painting? He bought $60 million. He bought a Beeple collage last cycle for $60 million.
Okay, but he didn't like destroy it or anything, did he?
I don't know what I mean, it's digital art, but I don't know, man. I feel like that man just has too much money. Like, you shouldn't be able to buy a banana for $6 million. You should get liquidated if you have that much money.
In time, we'll liquidate him someday.
Bad, dude.
Tommy, I love how you go on these like liquidation arcs where like Michael from CRV, you were like, he needs to get liquidated.
And then it happened.
And I know that like your white whale is Justin's son.
Yeah, it literally is.
Someday.
We need to think about who's going liquidated this cycle. Saylor.
Saylor's vulnerable somewhere. I don't know where, but something. There's just no possible way that he can keep shoving debt into Bitcoin forever. Like, I get it at the right time. His flank is open somewhere. Like,
yeah,
I don't know where yet. And it might not be exposed yet, but like if he starts buying billions of Bitcoin at like 200K and we get a 75% correction in a bear market, something is going to happen, man. I don't know what, but it is the greatest Ponzi that I've ever seen, and I want to give him credit. It is fantastic. It makes Luna look like T-ball. Yeah. Okay, but
it's gonna be brutal. Yeah, but
he might not be. He might not be in trouble yet, but he's on the road to get there.
And that's okay. We can go a lot higher first.
Yeah,
like MSTR could go to like 5,000 a share, for all we know. I wouldn't step in front of it, but
what is his average right now? I feel like it keeps
probably like 45 or 50.
No, it's higher than that. It's higher.
No, it's higher. It's already like the last time I checked, it was at 60K.
Because I thought since he went into this cycle with like 30K average. Did he buy that much more?
Yeah,
dude, he was buying 95K last week. Yeah.
He is definitely at 60K, but I feel he's higher already. Can the chat let us know?
There should be a tweet. Let me look for it.
I don't think it's 60, man. I'd be surprised if it was more than 50 because he had most of his 50. Supply
58
at like 33, I think.
Hang on,
oh, 58K, someone says. Oh my gosh. Now it's 50K. All right, so we'll say between like 50 and 60K on the high side, probably under 60.
The argument that he won't be liquidated is essentially based on the premise of he won't buy higher, which I think you fundamentally misunderstand Ponzi. He has to buy higher because the yield on the bonds that that his investors are getting depends on Bitcoin going higher. So he quite literally has to continue buying Bitcoin, which will inevitably push his average higher and higher and higher until eventually, like you said, Max, we're going to have some major downside volatility.
It's like 58K, 58.2.
Yeah, it's 58.2. He's got 400,000 Bitcoin acquired for $23 billion at 58K. So he's up about 20 bill.
Told you.
I mean, bro, here's the thing, man. Is like people kind of talk shit about him. I love Big Mike. That's the thing. Like, I love Michael Saylor. One, he's a gigabrain. And two, the man has the biggest balls ever. Like, everyone's out here, like, nervous that they're, like, down on a perps trade. This man is literally leveraging his company and his life and his reputation on sending Bitcoin to, like, $1 million a coin. The volatility, like, I'll tell you, like with my like boys club bags, for me, it's like the P&L, the unrealized P&L swings are huge. They're nauseating if I really think about them, right? This man is up or down billions per day and doesn't even blink. He's like a sociopath for his UP&L. He has no emotions. You have to respect it, man. As a trader, you have to respect it. Like, he's tough as nails. I'm rooting for Michael Saylor, but I hope, here's the thing. I kind of hope he stops buying when we break 100K. Like, just, he'll be so safe. Like, we don't have to ever revisit 58K in his entry, and he can be safe, arguably like forever. But like you said, Tommy, he might have to keep buying is the problem.
It's going to be really interesting to see how it plays out. And I think, I mean, obviously the higher it goes, the more he can buy. So it's gonna be super reflexive at some point. And I mean, yeah, I think it's gonna lead to diminishing returns, diminishing drawdowns, those theories, both memes.
Yeah.
I think he's going to raise his average to like 100K.
Dude, that's going to be bad though, Jackus. That's going to be not good.
No.
You don't want a guy that's holding 2.5% of the Bitcoin supply to have an average that is very heavily margined to be 100K. Because, like, I think you have to assume in the next Bitcoin bear market, we are going to dip below 100K, man. Like, we're going to dip below 100K.
Yeah, for sure. And that'll be when people think it's done, it's over, it's cooked. It'll be like,
imagine a 2.5% of the supply Bitcoin holder, when in reality it's more than 2.5%, because there's not really 21 million Bitcoin, because 5 to 7 million are gone forever from the early days. This man's going to have an adjusted supply control of like 4 to 5% of the Bitcoin available supply. That is like 80% margined because of all the debt that he sold to acquire that Bitcoin. And he's going to be underwater 30K per Bitcoin. And he's going to have to pay back those notes at some point. That scares me. And maybe I'm missing, but that scares the crap out of me, because if he becomes a forced seller of Bitcoin and he owns 4 or 5% of the supply adjusted, Matt, bro, you can't. I mean, that's dude, that will give us the worst bear market of all time, man. That sell pressure will not be absorbed at the wrong time, not even close. But I think we'll go to 200K first. I'm just saying, like, I kind of hope he just realizes the position he got himself in and somehow stops buying, and then he's just a Giga Chad forever.
Max, it's an opportunity
for the bears to short.
We're gonna buy his Bitcoin.
For the bulls to buy very cheap.
It's just, here's the thing, is he's done so much for Bitcoin. Truthfully, he has. Even though some of the maxis don't like his approach, I would hate to see like our main character go down before it ultimately goes to $1 million a coin. I would hate that, man. He deserves it. He deserves to make it.
I feel like if we have a bear market where we are headed deep into the 6 figures in price for Bitcoin USD, and in any scenario where we go back below 100K, it might be like, I think that would be absolutely devastating. I don't really know if we could come back from that. You think about how much buying would take place above 100K, it would just be like in just perma supply above head probably forever. So I think
now Tommy, real quick, when you say deep into the 6 figures, do you mean like if we went to 500K and then back under 100, or do you mean like 250 and then back under 100?
No, I mean, I think if we're going that high on Bitcoin, you probably aren't coming back below 100 unless something really, really bad happens.
I see what you're saying, Tommy.
Yeah, I also feel like everyone, well, will be interesting, right? Like, everyone's going to be waiting to buy 100K in the next bear market. Maybe. So either it's a front run or much deeper.
If we go below 100K, like it might be super cooked. I kind of think we would front run it ideally. I guess it just depends. Does Saylor actually get liquidated? And if so, how bad is it really for the market?
But see, his liquidation is not going to be an on-chain liquidation. It's going to be a court-based liquidation if it happens. So it could take years to figure that out if it does happen.
Well, think about what happened with Sol, right? I mean, Sol went down 90%. And the Sol tokens that everybody assumed would be permanent sell pressure probably turned out to take a long time. So Sol made all time high.
Tommy, we're getting a little
Everything
bit of rug.
inside.
We're getting a little rug from you.
A little bit of rugginess, yeah.
Am I good now?
Yes.
Oh
You
my
said,
god, I
like-
just noticed Jackass's picture. Jesus Christ, Jackass.
What's up?
Your PFP, bro.
It's a good one. Someone should make a token.
All right, sorry, Tommy. Go ahead.
No, I was just talking about, the Sol unlocks and similar. Obviously, Saylor has way more Bitcoin than the FTX Foundation had Sol. We knew they were going to have to liquidate it at some point or not. But it was an overhang that caused price to drop very far. But it hasn't kept it from making an all-time high, or at the very least against market cap. So I kind of feel like it could be maybe a similar extent if it is a court-based liquidation, right? And we just kind of kick the can down the road as far as that liquidation goes. But maybe that's how that would play out. If it is a forced liquidation, then maybe the MicroStrategy stock just like one day, whoosh. I don't know what that would do to Bitcoin, but
There was
Tommy,
a
read
question.
that super chat. Oh, there's the other one. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, question on how would you value in your asset classes like AI agents, not AI meme coins, but agents with utility like AI XBT? Would you chart these agents against when there is no category leader? Brother, I have no idea what these AI agents are. I've just noticed that Injective started an Injective agent, but I have no idea, man. Like, it's too new for me, and maybe I'm too boomerish now. But isn't it just getting launched? Like, I do not really have any information on that.
Yeah, it's I mean, I would use Goat. Goat was kind of the first one, right? But that's a very hard question to answer. How do you value these things? I have no idea, honestly.
I mean,
but I would say
lots of
Goat is your leader.
lots of people started to like lots of people do not even know how to value Bitcoin to this day. So
Yeah, true.
question, how do you value something as new as this when most people do not even know it's existing? It's just tough.
Yeah. What about this one?
I am a Chinese astrology respecter. You know what next year is? It's the year of the snake. You know who is also the sign of the snake?
Who?
Or the water snake, rather, but Xi Jinping. So we'll keep an eye on that.
The water snake.
I'm a astrology respecter, as you guys know. That's not just limited to traditional Western astrology, but my astrology quant had a pretty good tweet today that I'm going to keep to myself, but more or less hinted at a mid-year top in 2025.
I know who it is.
Yeah, I could see that
right now.
What do you think, Tommy, about China invading Taiwan next year?
I think it's definitely possible. I thought it was possible this year. I think if you're looking at how volatility markets are pricing it in, it's like I think a 50% chance in the next 3 or 4 years. So I'd say it's a pretty good chance at some point in the next few years that it's going to happen. But I don't think it's, it'll be a bad reaction initially from the market, but I don't think that it will be devastating long-term to the US chip industry.
Yeah. I'll try to look on Polymarket if there is
Oh, there is.
There, you can bet on it, yeah.
Oh, just 2 cents right now. So all good. Well, in 2024,
Yeah.
all right, I take it back.
It's not going to happen this year probably because there's like this window of time.
But
after August, the waters in Taiwan get too rough to be able to invade.
Wait. Oh no, there's something. There's a 21% chance that TikTok is going to be banned in the US before May 2025.
No.
Interesting.
No, it's some states are. I know some states ban it, but it's like sports betting. I'm pretty sure here, right? It's like by state.
There is no market for China invading Taiwan in 2025
yet. You could
Yet.
make it, Jackus. You could provide the liquidity.
You could bet. You could bet on one for the
You
next
could do that.
3 weeks, Jackus. 2024.
Imagine invading on Christmas Day.
Wait,
Here is your
what
present.
what are the odds of 2024 right now?
2%.
2%, yeah.
2%.
It's really unlikely to happen after August because of geographical constraints.
I think it doesn't happen because of Trump.
I agree.
I think it happens after Democrats get back to power.
All right, guys, that is the end of the show today. We are going to wrap things up. Before you guys depart, please consider checking out the first link in the description below, where you can browse our premium offerings. We are running a Cyber Monday week-long sale right now. I will show you guys what that is. So if you scroll to the bottom, these are the monthly prices for BB Terminal plus Telegram, the BB Terminal plus Telegram, and then the Discord, and you get like half the Discord, open a line of communication with all of us. But what you really want is the BB Terminal Telegram premium Discord package, the gold one, because this one, we do 3 hours per day of private live voice calls with all of us here on the panel and the rest of the BB team and community. It's basically 2 conference calls, one at the New York Open, one at the New York Close. We talk about charts, price, setups, narrative news, things that we don't really have time to cover or go over in as much detail here on YouTube. So definitely consider taking that next step and signing up for that package. Now, if you are like, yeah, you know what, I'm already in, or hey, you know what, it's too expensive, but I don't want to pay that per month, we are running this holiday special right here where you can save 25% by paying for the year up front. Again, so this is going to be live for this week. Probably not too much longer. All right. So, yeah, probably really just this week. Maybe we'll give it the weekend. But yeah, guys, take advantage of this while you can. But if not, of course, you could just check out the monthly as well. There's not another community out there that's doing the things that we are doing, guys. And that's why we have such a high member retention rate, over 80% member retention rate for our lifetime. And you get to see all of our active positions, TA, things like that. You can sign up for all once you're in the Discord, analyst alerts. So whenever I make a positional change or any of the other guys here do, we ping you, you get it right to your phone. It is fantastic, guys. And ultimately, this is where you're going to want to be in the bull market, guys. You want to find your group. You're going to miss out on a lot of opportunity if you are not surrounding yourself with the brightest and the best. And if we're not those people for you, then that's okay. Go find them elsewhere. But I encourage everybody to find your home base. Find those guys that you can lean on, where they're right a lot more than they're wrong. And again, during good times and bad times, they will be there for you. And we want to be those people for you. And again, we spent hundreds of thousands of dollars building out a custom BB terminal. So this isn't just like a normal little like group, not even close, right? Not even close. So definitely consider joining and check out the holiday special if you are interested, guys. Additionally, if that is not for you, consider checking out the BB Academy, guys. We got 2 free courses and 1 paid one, which is an absolute masterclass and a clinic. All right. If you like my charts and you want to learn how to make your TradingView charts look beautiful, consider checking out this first course right here, guys. It's 100% free. I get into how I make my charts look the way that they do. And I get a lot of questions about that. Where do I get started? My TradingView doesn't look like yours. I'm a major advocate and proponent of you need to figure out how to make your charts look very easy to read, because this is tough stuff. It's very tough to understand how to trade and invest in markets. So if you want to learn how to make your charts look beautiful, check this out, guys. Free course. But if you really want to take your trading to the next level, guys, all of us here on the panel, plus Will, actually put together a masterclass, guys. It's called Mastering Crypto Trading with Technical Analysis. We go into everything you need to know, all of our tips, all of our tricks, all of our secrets, things that we've used cumulatively for decades as a team to succeed in these markets. We share everything. So you buy it once, you get it for lifetime. I don't say this with any hesitancy. It is the best course out there if you're trying to understand how to navigate these markets from a technical, and I would also argue fundamental perspective. Okay. Now, last but not least, guys, the very last thing. If you're like, hey, these are great. I know these guys are winners. I know they're kicking ass trading, but I simply don't have time for the Discord. I don't have time to learn how to do TA. Well, guess what? I have the perfect solution for you. We now have an SEC registered hedge fund called BB Wealth Management, guys. If you are an accredited investor, you have the option to set up a call with us. Check the link in the description below to our X account, BB Wealth Management. Fill out a contact form and we will go over everything with you. We are absolutely crushing it, onboarding a lot of money. We're up over 100% since inception, which is early summertime. Things are going very, very well so far. So again, we are a long bias with the ability to short. Crypto hedge fund, again, managed by the people you're looking at here, plus Louis. So guys, join us somewhere, right? Join us somewhere. Join us in the Discord, the terminal Telegram and Discord pack. Join us in the Academy, or take that next step and either hand us your money within BB Wealth Management and we will take on that burden for you. Or even a good diversification strategy, right? If you're like, hey, I manage my own money, but I'd love to give these guys a crack at a percentage of it, consider that as well. Diversification is key, and you're buying into a GigaChad portfolio, if I do say so myself. But guys, thanks so much for being here. Before you go, please consider liking and also subscribing to the YouTube channel if you haven't yet, and we will be back tomorrow for another episode of Market Check. Take care, guys.